Hello, everyone, and welcome to our final game of the afternoon, featuring Wahoos versus Central Florida Flex. About to get underway here in a moment. I'll go through the lineups in just a minute. The Wahoos are up first. I will get you who is... I'll go through the lineups in just a minute. The Wahoos are up. I will flip that scoreboard here in just a few minutes. Again, because the home teams isn't decided until the coin flip. But at the plate first, leading off, is going to be Waylon. He'll be followed by Beck and then Chris. Chris will be on deck. Here's the first pitch. Ball high and underway with our final game of the afternoon here at the Throw 'em the Heater tournament, put on by Tampa Bay USSSA and broadcast by Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. There's a ground ball to third, fielded cleanly over to first, and that is one out. So that brings in Beck. One down so far. Again, like I said, I will make the flip in between innings. Again, thanks for joining. On the mound is going to be Talon. Behind the plate is Jalen for the Flex. Swing and a miss by Beck. Nice changeup. And strike one. And the pitch way outside, right at me, as a matter of fact. I think that was the target of that one. 1-1 now. Foul ball, and it is now 1-2. Again, glad you joined us for the broadcast here today. All three games. We just saw a really close game go down to the wire. Matter of fact, the last inning, the bottom of the sixth, the Wahoos pull it out against the Panthers 7-6. Panthers win two tight games today. They won their first one 6-5. And that hits Beck. And he's on with a one-out walk. That brings in Chris. Elijah's on deck. Beck gets his lead at first. And the pitch. There he goes. There's a line shot in the left field. That's going to get down for a hit. That's going all the way, almost to the fence. Beck motors into third as Chris goes to first with a very long single. So runners on the corners, one out. Nice job by the left fielder. I don't know who that is, but great job getting over there, cutting the ball off to prevent any further advancement by either Beck or Chris. So that had gone to the fence. That could have been trouble. Chris is on his way to second. Elijah attempts a bunt, pops it foul. Joey's on deck. It's an 0-1 count to Elijah. There's a ball high. There goes Chris. He's safely into second base. It's a 1-1 count. I'll catch you up on all the administrative stuff here shortly. Called strike. That's strike two. But if you're watching on Facebook, please follow, like, and share. Lots of follows, lots of likes, lots of shares. Helps our channel grow to bring enhanced experience for you and the players. Got a lot of neat things coming up. we like to do. There's a line shot in the left center field. That's going to get down. Cut off by the left fielder. That's going to score 1. Chris falls down, rounding third. Throw comes into home. That allows Elijah to go to second base. And he's on with an RBI single. Let me, same stays. Wahoos lead at 1-0. There we go. Updating the scoreboard there for you, talking to myself. Joey steps in. Jackson on deck. Here's the first pitch. Pop fly on the infield. Caught by the second baseman, and that is 2 down. So 2 outs. That brings in Jackson. Trevin on deck.
Now batting, number 39, Jackson Pilecki.
And the pitch. Ground ball foul. So it's an 0-1 count to Jackson. Again, Trevin on deck. Elijah at second, Chris at third. 1-0 lead right now for the Wahoos in the top of the first. And the pitch. Ground ball to short, fielded cleanly, over to first. And that is 3 outs. So Wahoos pick up 1 on 2 hits. No errors committed. And 2 left. At the end of half inning, it's the Wahoos 1. Flex coming up. Leading off for the Flex is going to be Bradley, followed by Kenny, and then Alex. This is Doc, the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. We'll be right back. All right, folks, we're back. I'm just trying to get things squared away here. There, the logo is now fixed. Now it says the Wahoos logo. And let me fix the score. There we go. All right, there's a fly ball. Or base hit, actually. Sorry about that. Gets into center field. And a leadoff single for Bradley. And we're underway here in the bottom of the first. Wahoos do lead it 1-0. Kenny steps in the batter's box. On deck is Alex. He'll be followed by Peyton, then Marcus, Wesley, Jalen, Bryce, Talon, Julian, and Colton. On the mound for the Wahoos is Chris. Behind the plate is Jackson. Here's the pitch by Chris. There goes Bradley. Called strike. Bradley's in there safely. So it's an 0-1 count. So the tying run is now at second base for the Flex. Central Florida Flex, to be exact. Called strike, and that's 0-2. So nice job by Chris. Kenny awaits a pitch from Chris now. Chris gets his sign, checks Bradley, delivers home. Ground ball right back up the middle, fielded cleanly over to first, and that is one out. That moves Bradley over to third. Apologize for the scorekeeper. He's slacking a bit. And so something, it must have been a balk, and if that's the case, I'll wait for the official caller here in a minute. So they did call a balk, and that game is tied, folks. It's a 1-1 game now. With one out. That brings in Alex. Peyton on deck. And here's the first pitch to Alex. Called strike, and it's 0-1. One out, 1-1 game here in the bottom of the first inning. An interesting start. Ground ball third base, fielded cleanly by Bub. Over to first, and he's safe. He beat the, actually he's saying he was off the bag. So that is, we'll call that an infield single for Alex. Peyton's at the plate now. Marcus on deck. Alex gets his lead. Chris looks in, gets a sign from Jackson. Checks the runner. Delivers. Ground ball to Bub. Mishandles, goes into left field. And Alex holds it second. So we're going to charge an error to Bub at third, which allows Peyton to get on. That brings in Marcus. Wesley on deck. Still one out. Go ahead runs at second base for the Central Florida Flex. There's the pitch. Outside corner. Strike one. Chris comes set. Checks Alex at second. Pitches home to Marcus. And Marcus watches it come in low for a ball. Even in the count, 1-1. And the pitch. Line shot in the right center field. That's going to get down for a hit. No one's there. That gets behind everybody. That's going to score 2 runs. And a 2 RBI double for Marcus. Gives the Central Florida Flex a lead 3-1 here in the bottom of the first inning. That brings in Wesley. Jalen on deck. Pinch runner, or no pinch runner. Sorry about that. Was giving equipment to his coach. Still 1 out. Wesley steps in. Chris delivers. Foul ball. Oh, 1 count. It's Marcus at second base. Chris checks him. Delivers home. Low gets past Jackson. That's going to allow Marcus to go to third base. And that's a 1-1 count now to Wesley. And the pitch. Ball inside. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Marcus at third. Ball just a bit inside. And now the count's full. So Chris gets reset. Delivers the payoff pitch. Foul ball. Or actually pop fly right field in foul territory. Nice catch. Marcus tags. Here's the throw home. And another run scores for the Flex. And they lead it 4-1. So 2 down. That's ball 1 to Jalen. So he steps in. Talon on deck. I'm sorry, Bryce on deck. Bryce on deck. So ground ball foul, and it's 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Two outs, bottom of the first, 4-1 lead for the Flex. Central Florida Flex. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is 3 outs. However, Flex put up 4 runs on 3 hits. 1 error committed, and at the end, left nobody on base. At the end of 1, Central Florida Flex 4, St. Pete Wahoos 1. Coming to bat for St. Pete in the top of the second is going to be Trevin, followed by Bub and Adrian. This is Doc from the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. Be back in just a moment. All right, so what I was going to cover at the very beginning. So this is our final game of the day in 13U pool play. Tomorrow we'll be at Canal Park covering 12U major bracket play. I believe it's on field 3 or field 4. I have to go back and double check. Nonetheless, we'll be covering bracket play tomorrow at Canal Park. Please make sure you join us for that. A lot of great 12U action tomorrow on the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. Again, thank you all for joining. Greatly appreciate it. If you would, if you're on Facebook, please follow, like, and share. That's going to help our channel grow so we can provide a lot of enhancements, a lot of plans we have for the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network and all the baseball, softball, and all the other things we bring you. It helps us get sponsors and advertisers so we can do those things. So all those likes, shares, follows, and views really help. Same thing on YouTube. Please subscribe, like, share, hit that notification bell so you get notified when we go live. Again, all those likes, views, subscribers really helps. We're trying to reach 1,000, and that also helps us get advertisers and sponsors. So thank you all so much for your support. It doesn't cost you anything except for a couple mouse clicks, but greatly appreciate it. And after the games, you can go back. I shouldn't say obviously, but if you haven't seen, you can go back and watch these games as much as you want, whenever you want. They will be up there. Plus, we'll do a highlight reel at the end of the tournament, and this time it'll cover both 13U and 12U games. I want to thank you also for Tampa Bay USSSA for putting on Throw 'em the Heater tournament. Our sponsor, visit cpclearwater.com, and of course, tournament director Tim Labus for all his tireless efforts. Our social media crews that are out taking clips and pictures and posting them on our Facebook site, as well as the field crews who help get the fields ready, also help maintain them during the game. So thank you all. All right, so now leading off for the Wahoos is going to be Trevin. He steps in. Last game, Trevin was 0 for 2. Walk in there. As part of that, there's a 1-0 count to Trevin. And now it's 2-1. Or 2-0 rather, sorry. Talon's still on the mound. Jalen's still behind the plate. Bub's on deck. Adrian in the hole. And the pitch. That curveball really messed with Trevin on that one. You can see him, and he had that smile on his face after he stood up. But now it's a 2-1 count. And here's the 2-1. Same pitch. Not full that time, but fouls it off. And now it's 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just getting underway here, and that hits him. Curveball again, but that time it got him on the arm, and he's on. It brings in Bub. Adrian on deck. Last game, Bub was 0 for 3. Reached on the error his last at bat. There's the pitch. Ball low. That's a 1-0 count. To Bub. Talon gets a sign, delivers up just a little bit, and it's 2-0. Again, thanks for joining us here at the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network's broadcast of Throw 'em the Heater tournament. I can't implore you enough to please like, share, subscribe, follow, view, share, and get the word out so we can grow this channel. Called strike. It's 2-1. Thank you so much, though, for your support. Thanks for joining today. Glad that we could bring live baseball action to you. There's a base hit in the right field. Trevin will hold it second. Oh, they get him at first. Bub slowed down as the ball came over to first base from the right fielder. Nice play, heads-up play by the right fielder.
Now batting, number 1, Adrian Garcia.
And they get him at first, so one down. Trevin does move to second base, though. Would have been a base hit, but those things happen. There's a pitch by Talon. Bunt, first base side. And Adrian is going to beat it out for an infield single. That moves Trevin to third. Nice job
Number 21,
by Adrian. Still one out. Runners at first and third. It brings in Waylon. Waylon last game was 1 for 4. And so far is 0 for 1 in this game. Here's the pitch. There goes Adrian. Adrian will go in standing up at second. Ball low. Time runs out to plate in Waylon. Beck is on deck. Beck walked and scored his last time up. Ball in the dirt, 2-0. As a matter of fact, during the last game, he was 1 for 3 and singled and scored. That's Beck, that is. So line side to center field. That's going to get down for a hit. That's going to score Trevin. And it's a 4-2 game.
now batting, number 24, Beck Jackson.
It's a 4-2 game now. Beck steps in. Chris is on deck. There goes Waylon. Bunt up the first base line. Foul. Waylon is on the move again. Line side into right field. Let's see if this one's actually a base hit. Adrian scores, though, and it is. And Beck is on with an RBI single, moving.
Now batting, number 34, Chris Aguilera.
Waylon to third. Adrian scores. It's a 4-3 game now. That brings in Chris. Chris last game was 2 for 3. 2 RBIs, scored twice. Has a chance for another RBI here. And the pitch. There goes Beck. He's in safely to second. The ball comes in low. Chris is showing bunt. Pulled back. Runners at second and third. That's Beck at second. Waylon at third. Chris has a 1-0 count on him. One down. There's a pop fly. Shallow left. Left fielder's under it. Makes the catch. Throw comes in. Nice throw by the left fielder. It's number 30. That is Peyton out there. Great job. That holds Waylon at third. 2 down. That brings in Elijah. Elijah singled in an RBI his last time up. Last game, Elijah was 0 for 1, but a sacrifice fly and an RBI. Foul ball. Way out of play. Long drive, but out of play. 0-1 count. He did bat 3 times, but he walked twice. That's why it was 0 for 1. Ball gets in third. Here comes the tying run home, and he will score. Whalen comes across. Back moves to third, and it's a 1-1 count, as this game is all tied up at 4. Still with 2 down. 1-1 count on Elijah. There's the pitch. Make that 2-1. There's a fly ball in the left field. That's going deep. Peyton's on it. Makes the catch. And that is 3 outs. It's a credit to last 2 outs to Peyton. Wahoos put up 3, tying it up on 3 hits. No errors committed and 1 left. At the end of 1.5, it is the Wahoos 4, Central Florida Flex 4. Coming up for Central Florida in the bottom of the second is going to be Bryce, Talon, and Julian. This is Doc, the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. We'll be back. All right, we're back. I do have to mute only when the Wahoos go out on defense as they play music. As you heard, it's kind of starting up, so I tried to hurry up and finish up so I could stop or turn off the music. So thanks for your support and bearing with me on that, why we go mute during those times. In the future, all those subscribes and everything else, there's a ground ball picked up fair territory, throwing the first. Wow, what a play by, I think that was indeed Beck. Wow, nice job. Gets Bryce. And that's 1 out. That really helps our channel to grow with advertisers and things like that, so we can get those enhancements put into place. So that we can do commercials during that time. So that way it's not just silent. You're actually being a little entertained. All right, there's a called strike on the outside corner. It's an 0-1 count to Talon. Julian on deck. Ball low. And it's 1-1. Foul ball, and 1-2 is the count now. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Ball in the dirt. 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball, foul. And we'll do 2-2 again. Got the wind pick it up a little bit, which is nice. Nice breeze. It's keeping the dark clouds in the distance behind us away from us. As you can see, it's perfectly beautiful and clear blue skies all around us now. And that is ball 4. So apologies for not keeping up with the scoreboard there, but that puts Talon on first. Julian's on deck. Julian to the plate. Colton comes out on deck. Pinch runner, which is going to be Bryce, now running for Talon. Talon is the pitcher.
Nothing hurt, Chris. Let's go, kid.
As mentioned before, as you heard, and I forgot to tell you, remind you that Chris is still on the mound. Jackson's still behind the plate. I think Chris only pitched 1 inning last game, so he could go quite a distance here if need be. Throw over to first. Check on Bryce. He's back. I have a feeling he won't pitch. Well, I could be wrong. But we're only in the second, so I have a feeling that he will not go deep. Called strike, swing and a miss. And it's an 0-1 count. I believe. Ball low. 1-1. Ball high. 2-1. I believe that is the count. We'll find out in a moment as we get confirmation of that. And the pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. It is 2-2. Okay, so we were correct. Call strike 3 on the inside corner. And that is 2 outs. That brings in Colton with Bradley coming out on deck. Bradley led off the game with a single and did score the first run on a balk by Chris. Bryce remains at first. And the pitch. Ball inside. So Colton, earlier, I forgot to give you some of those stats. He was 0 for 1. He walked as part of his first time up. Ball just off the plate. 2-0. Again, thanks for joining us here on the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. Hey, if any of you out there enjoy the broadcast, please consider, there's ball 3, perhaps joining the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network broadcast crew to help us expand our coverage in these tournaments. We'll be picking back up in the fall, so plenty of time over the summer. There's a strike, and it's 3-1. So love to have you. If you are thinking about that, give a shout out to us at TB, as in boy, that's TB USSSA at gmail.com. There's a ground ball to short over to first, and that is 3 outs. So no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left at the end of 2. It's a 4-4 game. Coming up for the Wahoos is going to be Joey, Jackson, and Trevin. But you can reach us at TBUSSSA, it's 3 S's and an A, at gmail.com. Just shoot an email to Doc. Let him know that you're interested. Leave your, and he'll reply with an email and see how we can get in contact to make it happen. All right, so Talon's still on the mound. Jalen behind the plate. It is Wesley at first. Colton is headed to right field. That's Alex at short. Kenny at third. I can't tell who's at second right now. Oh, it's Bradley, or actually could be Julian. It is Julian. See, Peyton's in left. It is Bradley at second. Julian is in center field. And that rounds out the defense setup right now, based on the numbers that I can read for the flex. I call them the flex, but it's Central Florida flex. All right, so here we go. Joey steps in. Jackson on deck. Joey is 0 for 1. Nice curveball. Breaks in there for strike one. Joey last game was 0 for 3. So I think he's due. So ground ball down the third base line. Fielded cleanly by Kenny. Over to first to Wesley. And that is one away. Nice hustle by Joey. One down. That brings in Jackson. Trevin coming out on deck. Jackson's 0 for 1. Last game, Jackson was 0 for 1, but he walked twice. So he batted 3 times. And it's ball 1 to him now. So 1 ball, no strikes. Called strike. So 1-1 count. Ball 2. So 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out. Top of the third. And it's ball 3. Foul ball. And now it's full count. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Top of third. Wahoos so far in this one have 5 hits. And left 3 on base. There's ball 4. And Jackson's on.
Number 5, Trevin.
See if who comes out to run for Jackson as he's the catcher. It looks like Joey coming out to run. So 1 out walk issued by Talon. Trevin comes to the plate. Bub's out on deck. Joey gets his lead. Talon delivers. Foul ball right back at us. Literally right back at the camera, right at you guys. Let's see if it's okay or not. We'll find out in a second. I may have to adjust the camera real quick. So may have a momentary lapse of broadcasting. Check on Joey by Talon. He's back. There's the pitch. Ground ball to third. Fielded by Kenny. Nice job. Over to first. And they get him. Wow, what a play. Now they have Joey in the rundown. And Kenny drops it. Joey will get into second base.
Now batting, number
So Joey stays safely at second. So 2 outs, and it was almost the trifecta for Kenny on the outs. So hopefully my trusty assistant is checking the broadcast feed to make sure you can still see everything. If not, we will correct it at the end of this inning. And the pitch. Ball inside. 1-0.
First, I will get you who is. I'll go to the lineups in just a minute. The Wahoos are up. I will flip that scoreboard. Who is. I'll go to the lineups in just a minute.
So I believe the count's 1-1. Ball in the dirt, 2-1. There's a little bit of fence in the way. I'm going to scoot the camera over just a hair in between innings. Ball low. I think it's 3-1. Hopefully get confirmation in a moment. Indeed it is. So we are correct. Joey's still down at second. They checked with the field umpire to see if he went. There's a fly ball to center field. That's going back! And that's going to the fence! That's going to score the go-ahead run! And Bob, in redemption, goes into second base with an RBI double.
Now batting, number 1, Adrian Garcia.
Way to go, kid!
So 2-out double by Bub gives the Wahoos the lead. Adrian steps in. Adrian singled and scored his first time up. Pop foul behind us. It's a 0-1 count. On deck is Waylon. Waylon has singled and scored. He's 1 for 2 and drove in an RBI. And the pitch. It's 1-1. Ball high. 2-1. And the pitch. Fly ball in the right field. Right fielder's coming on. And he can't make the catch. Bob's going to score and make it a 6-4 game. As we'll charge an error to the right fielder on that one. Well, actually, you know what? He came a long way. Just couldn't get to it. So we're going to change it to an RBI single for Adrian. Coach is coming out to talk to his pitcher. I don't know if there's going to be any changes. Talon is still around the mound, so he may... Nope, Talon is coming out of the pitching duties. Number 23, Julian, takes over the pitching duties for Talon. Jalen remains behind the plate. So 6-4 lead for the Wahoos. And that was after 2 outs. And Waylon will be stepping in the batter's box when the warm-ups finish. While we're getting warm-ups, let's go fix that camera, and we'll be right back with you. This is Doc, the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network.
Now batting, number 21, William Moore.
All right, folks, we are back. Live action. Throw down to second as Adrian stole second. That goes into center field. Adrian's going all the way to third. On the pass ball out there. Not honestly sure. I think it was just not able to be fielded for some reason. I wouldn't necessarily charge an error to the catcher. So we're going to say ball one. And there's a ground ball to third. Fielded cleanly by Kenny. Over to first. Fielded by Waylon. Nice job. I'm sorry, Wesley. Nice job by Wesley to get that one. And then funny enough, Kenny does get the trifecta with all three outs. So, with that, the Wahoos put up 2, extending the lead 6-4 on 2 hits. No errors committed, and 1 left on base at the end of 2.5. Wahoo 6. CF Flex, Central Florida Flex 4. Coming up is going to be Bradley, Kenny, and Alex. This is Doc from the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. All right, folks, we're back. Adrian is on the mound now for the Wahoos as Bradley steps in. First pitch, ball high. All right, folks, we're back. Adrian is on the mound now for... All right, there you go. You heard me again. Sorry about that. I didn't get a chance to close the YouTube site. I was just checking that there's still a little bit of the fence in there. My apologies, folks. There's a ground ball or a fly ball in left field. That's going back. That's over Bub's head. And it's a stand-up double for Bradley as he continues his day in this game, 2 for 2, with a leadoff double here in the top of the, or sorry, leadoff double here, yeah, in the bottom of the third. That brings in Kenny. On deck is Alex. First pitch, ball low. foul ball or fly ball down the right field line, way over close to the fence. Foul. It's 1-1. Line shot right at the shortstop, off of his glove. And Kenny's on. That ball was diving down. That was Elijah, I believe. So we'll call an error on Elijah. That puts Kenny on. So runners at first and second. Nobody out. That brings in Alex. Alex is 1 for 1 as well. Alex in the first game. There's a ball low. He was 0 for 1. He batted 3 times, walked twice. And I was talking about Kenny or Bradley earlier. It's a ground ball to short, fielded cleanly. Over to second. Can only get one of the two. And Bradley goes to third. So we'll call it a fielder's choice for Alex. So coach goes out to talk to his pitcher real quick. And while he does that, we'll take a quick break. This is Doc on the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. See if we can make a quick tweak to things. I think that covers us right there, folks. All right, back in business. Adrian comes set. Goes to third. Nearly overthrows back over there at third base. So it's a 1-0 count. I know the fence can be a distraction, and that's why it kind of bugs me. I want to make sure you don't have any distractions as you're enjoying things, the broadcast and watching the game. Balk by Adrian scores a run. That's twice that Bradley scored on a balk. Did it once back in the first inning. That also moves Alex over to second base. That makes it a 6-5 game. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch. Foul ball. That's 1-1. And the pitch. That hit him. And Payton's on. It's going to put runners on first and second.
Hey, clear your mind, buddy. Clear your mind. Get rid of all your thoughts now. Let's play some ball.
Time runs at second base in Alex. go-ahead run, Peyton at first. Marcus steps in. Marcus, 2 RBI double, his first time up.
No distraction. Let's go right here. Hey, covered five. Still getting out, boys.
Fly ball. Shortstop, third base, makes the catch. That's 2 outs. Catch is made by the shortstop. That brings in Wesley. Wesley hit a sacrifice fly to the right fielder his last time up. That scored Marcus.
One more, boys.
Pitch. Ground ball, foul. And it's a 0-1 count.
Let's get hot. Get you out.
And the pitch. Pop foul. And just out of play. Makes it 0-2. Runners were going on that pitch. All right, here we go. 0-2 count. Adrian checks the runners, gets a sign, delivers the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is 3 outs. Flex do pick up 1 on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left. At the end of 3, it's Wahoos 6, Flex 5. Coming up in the top of the 4th inning is going to be Beck, Chris, and Elijah. Beck is 1 for 1, singled an RBI and scored. Chris is 1 for 2, and Elijah is also 1 for 2, drove in an RBI his first at bat. This is Doc from the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. We'll be right back. All right, we are set to go here. Get things underway in the top of the 4th with Beck coming in and leading things off for the Wahoos. There's the first pitch, top of the 4th. Ball inside. Julian's still on the mound. Jalen's still behind the plate. It's a 1-0 count to Beck. Again, thanks for joining us here on the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. Ball inside. I'm sorry, excuse me. Strike on the inside corner. It's a 1-1 count. And the pitch. Ground ball to third. Fielded cleanly by Kenny. Over to first. And caught by Wesley. Nice reach for that. And that is one away. Funny enough, Kenny is responsible for the last 4 outs. Chris steps in. Elijah's on deck. Chris flew out to left field his last time up. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to third. Fielded by Kenny. Oh, that time Kenny overthrows Wesley. I was laughing because that would have been out number 5 by Kenny in a row. But his streak will stop at 4 as he overthrows first base and allows Chris to go to second. That brings in Elijah. On deck is Joey. Ball low. Joyan checks Chris at second. He's back in time. Looks like Bryce out there playing second base made that catch from Joyan. Alex is on short. Kenny on third. Wesley at first. And the pitch. Ball low. 2-0. And the pitch. Ends a little bit up. Now the count's 3-0. And 3-0. Ball 4. And runners are now on first and second with 1 out.
Number 28, Joey Pinchio.
Brings in Joey. Jackson comes out on deck. Base hit back up the middle. That's going to go all the way through. Chris is coming around the score. Here comes the throw home. Cut off by Julian. And Chris is safe. And that makes it a 7-5 ball game. Extended the lead back to 2. The pause there was, I was going to eat dust if I didn't pause for a second, so that's why I stopped. Ball outside. Throw down to second. That goes in center field, but Elijah will hold right there. And the pitch. Called strike, and it's 1-1 now. It's 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 run across, 2 runners on. Elijah at second, Joey at first. Throw to second base. Elijah's back. Here's the pitch. Fly ball into left field. Left fielder's coming on. Makes the catch. I believe that's Peyton. And that is 2 outs. No, that is not Peyton. That is Bradley. It's a nice catch out there by Bradley. That brings in Trevin. On deck is Bub. Or actually, yep, that's Trevin. Sorry about that. Ball 1. Standing behind the umpire, couldn't tell for sure if that was him, but anyway, here we go. And the pitch. Ball up. 2-0.
Watch out now. Hey, hold control. Put it where you want it.
So line shot back up the middle. Fielded by the shortstop over to Bryce. Gets Joey at second, and that's 3 outs. All right, so 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left at the end of 3.5. It's Wahoo 7, Central Florida 5. Coming up for Central Florida Flex is going to be Jalen, Bryson, Talon. This is Doc, the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. We'll be right back. All right, folks, we're back. Just a reminder, we go mute because of the music. I know we heard it for a little bit there, but nonetheless. Coming up is Jalen. Jalen was 1 for 2 in the last game. This game, he's 0 for 1. Drove an RBI in the first game as well. And here's the first pitch from Adrian. Still on the mound. Jackson still behind the plate. Ball up, and it's a 1-0 count to Jalen. He is their catcher of record right now. Ball in the dirt, 2-0. Oh crap, I didn't reset things. Sorry about that, folks. It is 2-0, so that's good. Ball low, 3-0. And 3-0 pitch, ball 4 in the dirt. Jalen's on with a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the 4th. They trail by 2. Coach Brad's going out to talk to his pitcher. See if there's any decisions to be made here or if he's going to stick with Jalen. Right now, Jackson has the ball. So we could see a change. We do not. So the reason why he gave Jackson the ball is because he's asking for a new one. And he does get the new one. So nobody out. Jalen at first. Bryce. At the plate. Talon on deck. Called strike. Throw down. And Jalen safe at second. And the pitch. Strike two. So an 0-2 count to Bryce. And the pitch. Ground ball, first base side, foul. And we'll do 0-2 again. Jalen was going on that pitch. Bryce calls time as Adrian was taking a little bit too long for his liking. Behind us, you can't see it. I'll fill you in a second on that comment. There's a line drive to second. That gets it over to right field for a base hit. Cut off by Chris. Chris throws the ball home. Nice throw by Chris to hold Jalen at third. And Bryce is on with a single. It makes him 1 for 2 today. Still nobody out. That brings in Talon. Behind us is where the Clearwater Threshers play, the stadium just behind us, and we're going to see a pitching change as Coach Brad comes out to the mound. And let's see who he goes with. Lots of shifts on defense. All right, so Trevin's coming in to pitch. So if I was a betting man, I'm guessing Adrian is going out to... I'm not sure what the defensive setup's going to be yet, so I'm not going to speculate just yet. Trevin hasn't even started warm-ups yet with Jackson. Runners at first and third for the flex. Nobody out. So Adrian's in center field then. And my guess is that Chris is coming in to play short. So with that, we'll be right back. All right, we're back. Warm-up's finished. Talon stepping into the batter's box. Bryce at first, Jalen at third. First pitch come in, ball one. Both runners will remain where they are. There's a bunt. Picked up by Trevin. Goes to first. That scores a run. And it is a 7-6 game. So sacrifice bunt by Talon. Scores Jalen. Moves Bryce to second. One down. And Bryce represents the tying run. And that's a ball one to Julian. Ball low, 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out. Tying run at second. Bottom of the 4th. I have a feeling we're going to get close to time here soon. Ball low. And now it's 3-0. Called strike, and it's 3-1 now. Central Florida, Central Florida Flex have scored runs in 3 of the 4 innings so far. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. And St. Pete Wahoos have scored in all 4 innings this game. There goes Bryce. And it's called strike 3. And Bryce holds at second base. 2 down. Nice job by Trevin to come all the way back after being down 3-0 and striking Julian out. Colton steps in on deck. There goes Bryce. And a little dribbler to Joey. Joey picks it up over to Bub, and that is 3 outs. So 1 run on 1 hit. No errors, and 1 left. At the end of 4, it's St. Pete Wahoo 7, Central Florida Flex 6. Coming up for St. Pete is going to be Bub, Adrian, and Waylon. This is Doc, the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. We'll be back in just a moment. Going to go blank for just a few minutes. All right, throw down.
No battery.
We're very close on time, so this may be the last inning. As we're leading things off here in the top of the... I gotta switch, adjust the scoreboard, so my apologies for slacking, because that's how I roll. Bub steps in. Ball one. So Wahoos lead at 7-6, which was the same as their the final score of the last game. There's a base hit to the right field. And Bub's on. He is now 2 for 3 on the day.
Battery number 1.
So leadoff single here in the top of the 5th. I am awarding a single there because the second baseman had to go a little bit of distance to get to it and essentially dove, and that went over his glove. At least from here it appeared that way, that chances of him getting there was not great. The pitch comes into Adrian. It's a ball. So Bub on first. Adrian at the plate. Waylon on deck. There's ball 2. 2-0. And the pitch. Bunt foul. 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch. Foul ball right back at us. Now it's 2-2 to Adrian. Julian looks in, gets a sign from Jalen. Checks Bub. Delivers home. Off the outside corner. Wow, they nearly got Bud. Or Bub, rather, Bud, where that came up from. Full count now to Adrian. Bub's back in time. He slid in feet first. As he knew I took a little bit too much of a step. Jalen is not afraid to throw down there. Called strike 3. And Adrian knew it as soon as it came across. That's 1 down. Waylon steps in. 1 for 3 on the day. Scored and drove an RBI. Or I should say the day, this game. And Beck's on deck. Called strike on the inside corner. Oops. I think our scoreboard keeps us falling asleep. I gotta give him some coffee or something. There's strike 2. So 0-2 count to Waylon. And the pitch. And that's 1-2. So Julian has looked pretty stellar out there on the mound this afternoon. Again, this is our final game of the day. We'll be at Canal Park tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that is 2 outs.
No battery number 24. Beck Jackson.
We'll be at Canal Park tomorrow morning. Play starts at 9 a.m. Bracket play. Beck steps into the batter's box. Chris comes out on deck. And the pitch. Ground ball foul. Nice field by Coach Brad down there. Should say nice hands. Got down. Kept it in front of him. Caught it. Got it back to the pitcher. Great job down there, Coach. It's an 0-1 count. Julian gets a sign, sets, delivers in the dirt. 1-1. So after Bub's single, 2 quick strikeouts by Julian. And it's 2-1. What a beautiful day it's been for baseball. We all had a little bit of angst of what was going to happen with the weather, but it's been beautiful. It's humid, but hey, it's June. That's ball 3. 3-1. And there's the 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. Puts runners on first and second. So a 2-out walk issued by Julian. Puts back on first. Bub on second. That brings in Chris. Chris is singled. Flew out to left and reached on error by third base. His last time at bat. And he also scored. Julian checks Bub at second. Delivers to Chris. Ground ball to third. Fielded cleanly. Touches third. Kenny touches third, and that is 3 outs. So, no runs, no hits, no errors, 2 left. At the end of 4.5, it is Wahoo 7, Flex 6. This is Doc, the Tampa USSSA Sports Network. We'll be right back. All right, here we go, folks. Trevin's still on the mound. Elijah's behind the plate now for the Wahoos. Coming up for the Central Florida Flex, back to the top of the order with Bradley, who's 2 for 2, a double and a single, scored twice, both times on balks, funny enough. That's completely unusual and unreal. And he'll be followed by Kenny, who's on deck, and then Alex. Here's the first pitch from Trevin to Bradley, ball high. And the bottom of the fifth is underway. Now, I had a conversation with the umpires real quick between innings, and they said that this is probably the last inning, so we'll keep an eye out for that for you. So base hit up the middle. Bradley's now 3 for 3, 2 singles and a double. To lead things off here in the bottom of the fifth, he represents the tying run. For the Central Florida Flex, Kenny steps in. Kenny's 0 for 2. Alex is on deck. He is 1 for 2. And the pitch. Called strike. Ball low. There goes Bradley. Here's the throw down. And he's safe. Very close play. Nice job by Elijah on that one. It's 1-1. Like I said, Bradley represents the tying run. 1-1 count to Kenny. Nobody out. Bottom of fifth, 7-6 lead by the Wahoos, which is how the last game ended for them in the bottom of the sixth. Nice pitch, but just a bit outside. Ball 2. Call strike. 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch. Ball 3. So full count. And the 3-2. Base hit into left field. Bradley will hold it third as the throw comes in. And Kenny's on with a single. Back-to-back singles puts runners on first and third with nobody out. Tying run 90 feet away. Kenny is the winning run. Alex steps in. Alex is 1 for 2, scored back in the first inning and singled. It's a ball, and all that hits him. That's going to load the bases.
Nothing hurt, let's go.
As Kenny was on the move anyway. So bases loaded, nobody out. Winning run on second. Infield's in. And the pitch. Ground ball to third. Fielded. Throw home. And they get to force it home. So bases remain loaded. 1 out. What a play. Nice play about there by Bub on that one. Trevin gets his sign, delivers. It's a bunt up to first base line. Foul. As Marcus tried to knock in the tying run with one out. Instead, he gets a strike one on him. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike two. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases loaded. Tying run 90 feet away. Marcus has to swing away here. And the pitch. Ball inside. Nice job by Elijah to get to that one. Pass ball, and we got ourselves a tie game. It's a 1-2 count. Each team is 1-0 on the day. And the 1-2 pitch. That gets past. Here comes Kenny. And this game is all tied up at 7. With the winning run 90 feet away. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Called strike 3. And that is 2 outs. So 2 down now. And like I said, this game can end in a tie. Wesley steps in. He had a sacrifice fly into right field his first time up with 2 outs. He would have to get a base hit or an error or a pass ball would win this game. Here we go. Fly ball in the right field. That's going back. Right fielder's on it. He dropped the ball, and the Flex win it with an error by the right fielder. And final score is going to be 8-7 on that one. Unbelievable. Wow. What a finish. Both games, Flex scored 8 runs each. And this one ends 8-7. But what a way to end the day of 13U pool play here at Joe DiMaggio Sports Complex in the Throw 'em the Heater tournament in Clearwater, Florida. Broadcasted by Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. Brought to you by Tampa Bay USSSA and visit stpeteclearwater.com. Also put on by tournament director Tim Labus and all the social media crew and field crew. On behalf of all of them, this is Doc signing off. Thanking you all for your support. Please like, share, subscribe, and follow, and share it around. Final score again here, Flex 8, Wahoos 7. Have a great night, everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m.